Hey guys, what's up? This is CC61 here, and in this video we'll be reviewing the Dayan Nezha 5x5. To start things off, the Dayan Nezha 5x5 can be bought from thecubicles.com for a whopping $37.99, and there are two versions, the standard version and the strong magnet version. In this video we'll be reviewing the strong magnet version, but the standard version will be having weaker magnets. That's all I can say. The Dayan Nezha 5x5 is basically a Dayan V1 but on 5x5 form. The cube is very smooth and quiet and has a little bit of a crunch into it, which is very similar to that of the Dayan V1. Although the Nezha's outer layers are pretty good, the inner layers aren't as good as the outer layers. The inner layers are pretty finicky, and I find myself losing control out over the inner layers pretty easily. Doing the wide C-firm test, the cube locks up quite a bit, and this is probably because the inner layers and the outer layers don't want to interact with each other very much. Testing the corner cutting on this cube, we can easily see why the cube locks up often. Upon doing normal corner cutting on this cube, the cube can do one piece on the outer and inner layers. Meanwhile, reverse corner cutting is even worse, with it barely being existent. But then again, it's generally a bad idea to corner cut on a big cube because you can get disastrous lockups. Comparing the size of the Nezha 5x5 to the MGC, we can see that both cubes are relatively similar in size. Now, how does the MGC compare to the Nezha? The MGC is a pretty fast cube, just as fast as the Dayan Nezha, and it has a crunchy and crispy feel to it, which some people may find satisfying. Although the cube fails in the RUD algorithms section, it does pass the wide T-firm section pretty well. Testing the MGC's corner cutting, everything is relatively the same except for normal corner cutting. When the outer layers normally corner cut, they can corner cut two pieces, which is way better than what the Dayan Nezha can do. However, if you push the inner layers' normal corner cutting abilities, then it's possible to get a 5x5 lockup, which is pretty disastrous. Reverse corner cutting on the outer layers is almost 3/4 of a QB, while on the inner layers it's almost 1/4 of a QB, which is already way better than the Dayan Nezha. Now in the end, is the Dayan Nezha 5x5 worth it? Well, yes and no. If you want to get into 5x5, or you want to get into 5x5 but don't really want to specialize in it, then I recommend the MGC. But if you want to get into 5x5, then I highly recommend the Dayan Nezha. Now with all that being said, why do I still main the Dayan Nezha when clearly the MGC is better? In my opinion, I think the Dayan Nezha is better than the MGC because of its feel, and because during solving, I feel that the cube locks up less than the MGC. Because of those two reasons, I find 5x5 a much more enjoyable event to practice with, and it has gotten my times down ever since. Before the Nezha 5x5, I averaged 2 minutes-ish, or minute 50, but now I average a minute 40, and I have been getting my times down ever since. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Dayan Nezha 5x5. I hope you learned something new, and I hope this review enticed you into getting the cube or the MGC. Either one is fine. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as me editing this video for you guys to see. Join the Discord server down in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.